Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the Gooze show. That could get rather messy, actually. No, we won't call it the Gooze show. Another interesting looking slime hero. I really don't know what to think of these things sometimes, the artwork. Some of them are cool, but some of them just look downright ridiculous. This guy reminds me of... I rarely even watch it, but it kind of reminds me of like some sort of tentacle dude out of like Futurama, maybe. Maybe it's just the way his slime is kind of going down like a big beard or something. Anywho, he's got some weird stuff coming out of him that's going into a beaker that. That there's got a lot going on. I don't really want to know where it's coming from or what he's doing with it, to be honest. He is the new the new slime member in the elemental portal. These slime members have so many weird things going on with the devouring goo, and they've got the paralyze happening, and now we've got the provoked. I'm not sure we've had provoked before. I'm not going to click through them all to see. He's a sorcerer, which gives the talent of delay. I find that very useful, especially on a defense, as it just really screws with the attacking team's mana generation and when they can get things. So, pretty good class. Special armor Aether talent is good for keeping people alive. So plus 40% defense against special skills for 6 turns. I think I'd prefer the defense one, to be honest, because the chance of a special going off in 6 turns isn't huge. It's there, and it's a bonus. If it happens, you get a little bit less damage. Slime family. The families are dragging on. I will not get into that, but we possibly already know the family bonus for 1, 2, 3 heroes. Mega minions, mega fiends, and fiends summoned by allies get 10, 15, or 20% attack based on the numbers of slime family heroes in the team. So it's a plus 10, 15, 20. So good to pair with other mega minions or fiend summoners, normal minions, normal fiends. All of the above. Just a nice little bonus to them. If you can, we have the slime minion upon defeat. So when the character is defeated, where you get a slime mega minion to nearby allies with 50% HP and 40% attack inherited from this character. Again, it's just nice to keep those heroes beside you alive. That's where some of these little passives and family bonuses, the strange little synergies that actually work against you sometimes. So I've just mentioned here, it's handy if you pair these heroes with other heroes that are doing mega minions, as an example, just one example. But then that passive almost overrides it a little bit. Imagine you've got 2 garrison guard heroes next to this guy. I'll call it a guy, goo, whatever. I'm not sure we're going to delve in there and see what it actually has. Anyway, we've got a couple of garrison guard heroes, and they've got their beefy mega minion up that applies bleed or cleanses. This thing dies, and all of a sudden it overrides those mega minions. So, these are the weird little things I'd like to get out of the game. You don't want to be pairing heroes, and then all of a sudden it's actually, working against you. Anyway, slime minion split, another passive. If the character loses more than 25% of max health at once, they also summon a slime mega minion for themselves with 50% HP and 40% attack. So just a great way of staying alive longer, and we've all seen how well that can work and how annoying they can be, and how cute those little slime minions look. Making me want some like jelly baby type lollies now. Probably too late to go to the supermarket to get them. Anyway, I actually had some chocolate earlier. Shh, don't tell anyone. The special skill, balanced stats, I will mention those first. So reasonably balanced there. Pretty good looking HP. along with that special armor, without knowing what the special skill is, could be looking as something that can be used as a tank. Anyway, average speed, alchemy experiment. All enemies become provoked for 4 turns. The provoked character deals 1% damage to a random opponent at the end of the turn. This effect can't be dispelled. So you're basically taking out all enemies for 4 turns. Doesn't say they can't, there's no little question mark about provoke. So it doesn't say that they're not going to gain mana and that type of thing. But they deal 1% damage to a random opponent at the end of the turn. Okay, so kind of taking them out of the equation for 4 turns for all enemies. I really want to know, and I apologize if I should already know this, but like if their mana fills up, do they fire their special? Does it still just do 1 damage? Do they lose their mana? That'll be interesting to see. All allies get sticky surface for 4 turns. This effect can't be dispelled. Sticky surface deals 1 random dispellable buff or growth effect from an attacking enemy. So we've seen that plenty of times before with Fungustine especially. Great that it steals the growth, although that's not as big a thing in the game at the moment. Still a lot of heroes with it though, so depending on the level you're playing at, you may come across that a lot. All allies get 55% defense for 4 turns. So I'm interested in the wording here. And again, I'd love it. I'm not in beta, and I don't watch too much beta testing purely for or don't look into the details too much, purely for the fact that I'd rather wait for it to hit the game, so we're not discussing things that may never happen. But the wording here is interesting to me. It's for 4 turns, so all enemies are provoked. The character deals 1% damage to a random opponent at the end of the turn. So you're provoking the enemy and they're attacking an opponent. So are they hitting you for 1% damage? Because this is where I don't understand why you're then getting 55% defense. Like, if they're only hitting you for 1% damage, what do you need defense for? But if they're hitting, it says a random opponent. So if it's me, the opponent is the enemy, but because you've just provoked the enemy, it then says they're damaging an opponent. I'm going to need to see this thing in action. I'm confusing myself. My brain's turning into an exact replica of Gooze at the moment. It's been a very long day. But yeah, I don't understand what the 55% defense for. It just doesn't seem to make a huge amount of sense. I mean, if they can still use their specials, then yes, it's helping you there. But that 1% at the end of each turn. Anyway, I'm going to say anything that can get rid of the enemy for 4 turns or sort of, really stall them for that amount of turns, I think that's going to be great. Possibly may become a useful tank. I just need to see the specifics of how it works. From an offensive point of view, I'd say maybe as an off color, as a part of a 2-stack if you're 3-2, or by itself if it's 4-1. Doesn't heal, but it just stalls the enemy out long enough to then be able to get your other tiles and get everything happening. Yeah, not something. I do have a lot of summons, but I really don't have enough materials at the moment to be leveling up, so I won't do any summons. I am going to do any summons I do for the month of May. I'm actually going to put them all in a video and release at the end of May and sort of track the stats on what I have pulled throughout the month. I'm hopefully not going to be doing a lot of pulls because, as I said, I don't have a lot of material, so I may also carry that into June or the next time I start doing a lot of summons just to track it throughout the whole month, see how many I do and what sort of results we get from those. There we have it, Gooze. If you are doing any summons, best of luck to you. I hope you get the exact hero you want. I think Gooze could prove quite useful in certain scenarios, but as I said, I just need to see exactly how he works before we discuss that. I'm actually just going to have a quick look in some raids to see if I can find him. If I can, I'm going to pop a video up. Otherwise, if you enjoy what I'm doing, gently caress the subscribe. Gently caress the subscribe button. Give your kitty a scratch for me. Mine's ignored me all bloody night, which is unusual. Have a good one.